What's good, Front Yard family? I am your host of Fantasy Football Office Hours today, JL, joined as always by my beautiful, handsome, and well-endowed co-host, Joshua W. Huster.
Getting ahead of yourself, bro. No, I'm excited to answer these fantasy questions for all the extra well-endowed people in the chat right now.
Super extra well-endowed. Oh, man. Yes, welcome to Fantasy Football Office Hours. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. Josh and I are here for a little while now to answer any and all of your questions. Fantasy, football, start, sit, anything, really anything. We're here for you. Let's see. We already got
What's your favorite color, JL? That's my
favorite color is blue, which seems like a super common answer.
It's my favorite color too.
If I get to pick like you,
listen, blue and orange,
navy,
you combine the two.
Like a Bronco scheme?
No, I just mean like let's pretend behind you. Let's take away that green. Let's put in some orange. Wait. All right,
we can do that.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to see
orange. It might make me orange. But
is it that easy? You just like hop on your phone. It's like an app or something.
Yeah. It's just like Philips Hue.
It's actually pretty cool. I gotta get one of those. I want one. I think it looks really cool.
Boom. I'm in the process of upgrading my background.
Oh, see, I think that looks bad.
All right, we're leaving it for you, Josh.
That's just me. That's just me.
Bambo saying RIP to Simon's picks for Hayden Hurst touchdown placed on IR. Yeah, it's a tough choice here, guys.
That was a hot take though. That was just a random tight end he's picking to get a touchdown. So
right.
Yeah.
Was that today?
That was yesterday on the show.
Yesterday. Oh God, we streamed so much.
Actually, it might have been yesterday during our trade value show earlier in the day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's only half listening to that one. So we got a question in here from Bambo. He says, Flex 1, Pittman, Antonio Brown, TJ Hawkinson, Elijah Mitchell, or Christian Kirk. Josh, which one of these guys are you flexing?
So there's only one person out of all these players that I really don't have any questions about, and it's Michael Pittman. That's my choice here. He's the easy choice. Antonio Brown, he just started running this week. I doubt he plays. TJ Hawkinson didn't get a catch last week. Elijah Mitchell has the broken finger. He might be the choice if that wasn't the case. And Christian Kirk's just not reliable enough week in and week out. Michael Pittman's the answer.
Michael Pittman is going against Buffalo, but I still expect him to.
That's a tough matchup.
It is a tough matchup. It is the toughest, arguably, matchup for a wide receiver. I'm still going Pittman here. I'm with you, Josh.
Yeah, and again, like I just said, Elijah Mitchell, if he didn't have the broken finger, I might lean his direction, but we can't trust that. We can't trust it.
We cannot trust that. JR, good friend here, has a question for us, Josh. Guillotine questions. Number 1, Kyler or Burrow this week?
Yeah. It's a guillotine league, so I assume it's just for this week. That makes a lot of sense for me. If it's my fantasy lineup, Joe Burrow, that they're actually playing. So Joe Burrow's playing Las Vegas, and
Kyler
Murray's
playing
Seattle.
Yep.
I'm rolling with Kyler Murray here. I know he hasn't played the last couple of weeks, but here's the thing: he hasn't played the last couple of weeks because he hasn't been healthy, but they're playing him. So that means I think he's back to normal. I think he's back to old Kyler. I think we see him running around. He might not have DeAndre Hopkins, but I still lean Kyler because of that rushing upside.
Yeah, that's fair. They're pretty close for me. I would lean Burrow. I'd lean Burrow in this one, in that matchup against Las Vegas this week. It's not like amazing matchup, but it's better than average. Better for Burrow than average, I should say.
Gentlemen's bet. This way. Yep.
There we go.
All right. Perfect.
All right, we did it.
I go with Kyler. You go with Burrow. Gentleman's bet.
Gentleman's bet. Huzzah!
I'll remember it.
You gotta write it on the board.
Yeah, I do have the board here.
You can write it while I read this next question here.
I got it here.
All right, John also needs a running back. Says need running back, wide receiver, tight end, and 3 flex. Eckler, David Montgomery, Elijah Mitchell, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams, Pittman, Darren Waller, Kyle Pitts, TJ Hawkinson, PPR Guillotine League.
You got some assets, JR.
My goodness. So he just wants us to set his lineup, I think.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 3 flex. Okay, so let's start the 2 running backs. It's obviously Eckler and David Montgomery. I think we're both going to agree there, right, JL?
Sorry, say it again. Eckler and David Montgomery
for the 2 running backs. So we're canceling out Elijah Mitchell, especially because of his finger issue going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the 2 wide receivers, you're absolutely starting Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson. For me.
Got to.
So we cut out the running backs and the wide receivers. Now for tight end, he's got Pitts and Hawk and Waller. Holy crap, this is a good team. For me, I'm going with Waller.
Well, it's a guillotine league, so that makes sense that he would have these.
Yes.
You saying you're going Waller?
Yes. Pitts, Hawk, or Waller.
Hawk, or Waller.
They're all good options, but
let's see. Atlanta's going against Miami.
Atlanta is going against New England tonight. And then
you're right.
Las Vegas is against Cincinnati, and then TJ Hawkinson's against Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to go Waller as well.
Yeah.
I believe that's what you said.
Okay, so we have the 2 running backs, the 2 wide receivers, and the tight end. Now we need 3 flex out of the remaining options. The remaining options are Elijah Mitchell, Brandon Cooks, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, Pitts, and Hawkinson. This is a loaded question. So Pittman and Cooks are in there for me. I think I'm just going with the 3 wide receivers personally.
Mike Williams over Elijah Mitchell.
Yes. I just don't trust that finger injury. I know Mike Williams has been disappointing the last few weeks, but the targets are still there. He's still in a high-powered offense.
I'm with you, Josh.
One of these boom games are going to be coming.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that one. We did it.
Okay.
We set your lineup, JR.
There we go. We figured it out.
Justin back in here. Yo, what up, Justin? Great job in the game last night. I didn't even mention Justin actually hit it directly on the head again. I think it was the second to last bowl. But we were rushing on time, so I didn't have a chance to point it out. But great job today, Justin.
I think you would have won today if you were.
I think you would have. I think you absolutely would have. All right, so Justin asking Ryan Tannehill or Tua this week.
Mm-hmm. Tua has more upside, but Ryan Tannehill is the safer option, and it's the option that I would go with. He still has a little bit of upside himself. I would roll with Ryan Tannehill. Yeah,
both very good matchups. I'm going Tannehill. I like Tannehill's matchup better than I like Tua's. And Tua's going against the Jets. Ryan Tannehill's going against Houston. I like that matchup a little better for quarterbacks. I'm gonna go Tannehill as well.
Also, just in regard to I think AJ Brown is going to have a blow up week this week. I think he's primed and ready to go.
Oh, that would be excellent. Unless I'm playing him, in which case it would not be. Hey, quick reminder before we get to these next questions. If you're enjoying this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Front Yard Fantasy on YouTube. It is a super easy way to support the show. We're here every single weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing fantasy football game show games, as well as we're here every Tuesday and Thursday answering your questions on fantasy football office hours. We got trade values on Wednesday at noon. We got FanDuel Friday. We got FanDuel Sunday. We got everything. Anything you need. We're like the shop of all things that you need. We're like the CVS of fantasy football. We are the CVS of fantasy football, or the Costco. Yes. You know what? We're the Costco. That's much better.
Even better.
Way better. They got churros.
They got everything CVS has plus more, and
and bigger, and and we all know bigger is better, right, Josh?
We're very big. We're very big over here.
Yeah. Justin asking Ty Johnson, Agnew, or Kenny Galladay. Start one. Which one is starting?
Oh my Lord. So when it comes down to it, Jamal Agnew seems like the safest play at this point. If it were my fantasy lineup, I'd be rolling with Kenny Galladay. I believe he is the most talented option between these 3 guys. He's finally getting healthy. He played last week. He didn't do great. I believe he had like 2 catches for like 25 yards, something like that. But I like it. I got like Kenny Galladay's upside, and like I said, I think he's the most talented guy out of the. I'm going with Kenny Galladay.
Yep. Kenny Galladay for me too.
Let's
Kevin here
go.
saying big, beautiful. That's you, Josh. And then I got the
Beautiful.
bonk from Jay. I think that's a horny jail bonk for my intro of you. Justin, another question here. Do I start Pitts, Schultz, or Kmet this week?
Pitts.
Easy for me.
Easy Pitts. I'm nervous as hell for Dalton Schultz with Michael Gallup coming back. He's losing a little bit of that target share. Is he still a startable tight end? Yeah. Like Pitts is a locked and loaded starter every week.
Oh yeah. It's Pitts for me as well. Let's see, Justin saying someone dropped Ingram, got to put a claim on him.
Yeah, so Alvin Kamara practiced yesterday. He did not practice today. So this is a weird situation. I don't know exactly what's going on. Ingram's got to be on fantasy rosters because if Alvin Kamara doesn't play, he showed it last week, Ingram is a starter.
Yeah. I'm with you, Josh. Jay said Josh is the free samples at Costco. I'm cool with that. I'm the food court or whatever you call that thing. It's not a court. It's just a restaurant thing.
I don't know how to take that, Jay. I feel like I want to fight you, but I'm going to take it as a compliment. I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Good job, Josh.
I accomplished something here.
All right, Alex R asking Uzama or Freiermuth. Wow, two very fun names. Josh, which of these two guys are you picking?
Freiermuth. He's the more talented tight end, and he's getting more targets than CJ Uzama. CJ Uzama could absolutely be the correct choice here if he lands in the end zone, but I got to go Freiermuth. He's the safer choice and the higher upside actually for me.
Yeah, I was doing some target share analysis in the last couple of days. I was trying to pull it up because I'm pretty sure Uzama is like super low end in terms of tight ends target share over the last 3 games. It's not really working, so I'll look at it later.
I mean, if you just look at his total targets, the most targets he's ever gotten in a week was in week 4 against the Jaguars. He got 6 targets, but 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2. He's not getting the targets that you're really looking for when it comes down to it. He's got to land in the end zone for you to be happy about his performance, in my mind.
Yep, 9.9% target share in the season, 12% over the last 3 games. It's just not very high. Yeah. So it is Freiermuth for me as well. Hey, LQ in here with the don't be boring. The way I say that in my head every time I type it out is from what's his name? The guy in Parks and Rec where he's like, stop pooping. Chris Traeger. Chris Traeger when he gets sick.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Looking in the mirror like, stop.
Yes. It's been a while since I watched that show. Actually,
boring. That show is so good.
So good.
Dave is in here. Hello, cuties.
What's up?
How y'all doing? Man, this show is we've like somehow objectified ourselves in this show. It's heating up in the front yard fantasy. Bambo asking super flex, choose 2, Russ, Mac, or Tua. So Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, or Tua Tagovailoa. Josh, which 2 are you picking here?
They're all in a similar range for me. We were talking about, I believe, Russ versus Mac Jones on our last stream, and I said I would go with Russ. I understand being nervous about his performance last week, being nervous about his finger, and just wanting to wait to see it before you actually put him into your lineup. Mac Jones is as safe as they come at the quarterback position. Tua's probably somewhere in between where he's got some upside, he's got some safety. For me, I'm going to go with Russ and Tua, and I know Mac Jones has a great matchup and he could have a fantastic game. He's been playing pretty well, but it's Thursday Night Football. A little bit less upside typically on Thursday night. I'll go for Russ and Tua personally.
I will go Russ and Tua as well.
Hey, we're agreeing.
Tua and Mac are closer. I feel like Russ is kind of separates just a little bit here, but yeah, we are the same, Josh. Baltimore boys.
I see you, bro. I see you.
I see you too. Gentleman's agreement. Jason asking flex, Rashad Bateman or D'Ernest Johnson, assuming Chubb is activated. It is absolutely Rashad Bateman for me.
Absolutely. I do not feel comfortable putting D'Ernest Johnson in my lineup if Chubb is out there. So it's Rashad Bateman. Easy.
And if Chubb is out, it's D'Ernest Johnson.
It's D'Ernest Johnson. Easy. It's kind of weird how that works, huh?
Yeah. Very cut and dry. Great question. Yes. Jason, thank you for the question. Yes. I've been saying kind of worried about QB situation this week. Start Russ or Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk can also pick up Tua off the waiver wire. Would you rather start Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I just said I would rather start Russ over Tua, so I would personally be going with Russ. I need you people to understand that Russ
You
comes
people.
with.
What do you mean, you people?
I need the people asking these questions to understand that Russ absolutely comes with a lot of risk, a ton of risk. He looked horrible last week, but I think he figures it out. So I'm rolling with Russ here over Captain Kirk, over Tua.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is playing Green Bay, and they are an underrated pass defense. I mean, Russell Wilson's playing Arizona, so that is a tough matchup
I
as well.
know,
But
I know.
it's Russell Wilson for me as well. I'm sticking with it.
Let's
Sticking
go.
to it.
We are agreeing today,
I
JL. Let's
know we're on
go.
the same. We're on the same page. Matt asking, Kamara practice limited Wednesday and did not participate today. Could it be for rest and still has a shot to play? It absolutely could be that. I don't know if that is the case because he's had a rest. You know what I mean? So this could be a setback. We just have to. We got to wait for information as it gets closer to game time. Unfortunately.
I doubt it's rest personally. Typically Wednesday is the rest day for veterans in the NFL. And again, like you said, Matt, he practiced limited yesterday. I think some kind of setback did occur where he just couldn't practice today. Again, I'm just assuming here, but this makes me nervous for Alvin Kamara's availability on Sunday. If he's starting though, if he's active, you're still playing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Kason asking, how do you guys feel about Brandon Ayuk? I think you were asking that in the last stream too, and we just didn't get to it. So I'm glad that you came back in and asked here. Josh, how do you feel about Brandon Ayuk going forward?
Not great. Not great. How do you feel about Allen Robinson? Because that's about how I feel about Brandon Ayuk. I think they're very talented wide receivers. I think Allen Robinson's probably still more talented, but Brandon Ayuk's a young, talented wide receiver that kind of wound up in the doghouse, Kyle Shanahan's doghouse. It looked like he got out of there, but Debo is the number one wide receiver on this team. George Kittle is the second favorite target on this team. So Brandon Ayuk falls into third, and this 49ers want to run the ball. I don't love Brandon Ayuk for fantasy.
Josh, Van Jefferson or Brandon Ayuk rest of the season?
I'll take Van Jefferson.
OBJ.
I think they're both the third option, and maybe Van Jefferson's even the second option. We'll see. But I think they're both the third option on their team, and I prefer the I know the 49ers just beat the Rams just a week ago, but I prefer the passing offense for the Rams.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you there. What about OBJ?
I would take OBJ over Brandon Ayuk and Van Jefferson.
And okay. And what about Christian Kirk or Brandon Ayuk?
I'll take Christian Kirk over Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. All right. I like that game. That's a fun game.
Yeah, it is. It always is.
Bam asking, who's the safer pick? Kyle Pitts or Hunter Henry tonight? I'd assume Pitts going to be game planned against heavily versus Bill Belichick. It's certainly possible, but I'm rolling with Pitts.
I get where you're coming from, Bam. Yeah, Bill Belichick does a great job of taking away your number one option. And at this point, Pitts is the Atlanta Falcons' number one option. However, I'm still rolling with Pitts over Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry, he needs a touchdown. He needs a touchdown, and I'm going to go with Pitts.
Yep. I agree. D asking, what running back should I trade either Devontae or Keenan Allen for? Well, you're looking at a top tier running back. If you're trading away, Devontae or Keenan Allen. Devontae is if we were drafting today, he's most likely, assuming this is redraft, is most likely a first round pick or early second round pick. Keenan Allen's probably a late second, third, early third. Would you guess, Josh?
Yeah. Third round pick is probably where I'd put Keenan Allen at this point. He's looked really good, especially in a PPR league. If I'm trading either one of these guys, you are getting a high tier running back. You're probably not going to be able to get the Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris's of the world, but
maybe for Devontae, but unlikely.
If you can, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
what about Joe Mixon or for Devontae Williams?
That's it.
What did I just say?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. My goodness.
Javonte Williams,
Devontae Adams. Yeah. Devontae Adams. Thank you.
If I could get Joe Mixon and I was really it says you're looking for a running back and you're trying to trade one of these guys, I'd be willing to trade Devontae Adams for Joe Mixon.
What about DeAndre Swift? I'm assuming he's the same. What about Saquon Barkley?
I'd trade Keenan Allen for Saquon Barkley. I would not trade Devontae Adams for Saquon Barkley. So that's kind of like where the line is a little
What
bit.
about Keenan Allen or Leonard Fournette?
I'm willing to make that trade as well.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think I would too.
But like after Leonard Fournette, that's kind of like where the line is drawn on trading either of these wide receivers for.
Yeah. Go check out our Wednesday trade value stream. And in the bio there should be a link to Alex, aka Peaked in High School's trade value charts, and that should give you an idea of where those, what are some comparable players at each position for these players.
Let me give you a little context real fast. I would not trade Keenan Allen for any of the starting running backs like that are just earning the job right now, like AJ Dillon and James Conner. I know James Conner's been relevant throughout the season, but I would not trade Keenan Allen for any.
No, me neither. Guys. Me neither. It feels too temporary based off injury.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we got Jason asking 1 QB league: Justin Herbert versus Pitt or Cam Newton versus Washington.
Cam Newton has more upside. He absolutely has more upside. I could see him scoring 30 fantasy points this week, but if it's my lineup, I'm rolling with Justin Herbert.
It's Herbert for me too. It is very close. I mentioned it on the last stream, but Washington has not been a very good defense. I don't think most people were expecting that coming into the season. Mm-hmm. They were rated very highly as a defense, and they just lost Chase Young for the season. It's close, but I'm going to go Herbert in this case. Let's see. Matt asking, if Hollywood does not play this week, would you guys sub in Bateman for wide receiver 2? Or I guessing as a wide receiver 2?
Yeah, I mean, both Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown didn't practice today. So, if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, then no. But yeah, if Hollywood Brown's not out there, Rashad Bateman's going to have a fantastic game. Is he a wide receiver 2? I mean, there's so many good wide receivers out there. But yeah, he probably falls right next to the Devonta Smiths of the world. So
yeah,
right there.
If Hollywood does not, I have him as a wide receiver 3 on this week. That's assuming Marquise Brown is playing. Mm-hmm. And so if Marquise Brown doesn't play against Chicago, I would absolutely project him to be a wide receiver 2 this week. And Lamar plays, like you said.
Yeah.
All right, J-Bo asking, you guys like Tannehill or Danny Jones better this week? Also, Hawkinson.
A lot of Tannehill questions, huh?
A lot of Tannehill questions.
It would be Tannehill and Hawkinson for me.
Yeah, Hawkinson for sure, and Tannehill for sure. Yeah, I don't know why I was acting like that was harder than it was. It's not that hard. It's Tannehill.
Yes.
Let's see. All right. Do we get to that? Running back should trade Devontae Keenan for yet? We talked about that. Mm-hmm. It's like a different person though, so hopefully the answer still applies. All right. Where's the next question here? Justin saying start 2: Darrell Williams, Jalen Waddle, James Robinson, Devontae Smith, or Mark Ingram. If I get Ingram, I would need to start 2. So which 2 of these guys are you starting, Josh?
J-Rob for sure. I know he's dealing with an injury himself.
Injured, yeah.
Yeah, if he's active, it's J-Rob for sure. It's Darrell. It would be J-Rob and Darrell Williams if Clyde Edwards-Helaire isn't playing.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's coming back too. I think I would go Waddle over Darrell Williams this week,
even without CEH.
Even without CEH, yeah, okay. I think so.
I don't blame you.
That's a tough one. This is a tough question. But yeah. I think I would give the edge to Waddle. I'll go again. They're playing the Jets. Miami's playing the Jets. It's a great matchup.
Yeah, I would be going Waddle over Devonta Smith, but it's J-Rob and Darrell Williams if CEH doesn't play. But if CEH does play, then I go Waddle. So Waddle and J-Rob.
Yeah. Alex saying, thanks, guys. Love the content. Thanks for coming in, Alex. We love everything we do.
We love you.
We love being here. We love you, Alex. You specifically.
Yeah.
You specifically,
Alex
we love. But yeah, no, thank you so much. And great questions. Keep them coming. Jay asking, start Myles Gaskin or Jeff Wilson Jr. if Mitchell is out.
I just talked about this yesterday. I like JL, you know how much research I've been doing into this.
I know.
Myles Gaskin. I've been pouring into this research, and every other week, Myles Gaskin has a double-digit fantasy week. He has a great week every other week. Last week was not a good week. This week's going to be a good week.
This week is going to be a good week.
Take away my joking here. I would go with Myles Gaskin over Jeff Wilson. I would absolutely.
Yeah, no, and we haven't seen it from Jeff Wilson since he's been back. So it's absolutely Myles Gaskin for me as well. Alex asking Emmanuel Sanders, Cordero Patterson. I'm assuming it's Cordero Patterson, not Jared Patterson.
Kenyon Drake with a C?
Kenyon Drake. And or Christian Kirk. I was trying to think if there's anyone else in the last name Drake. I don't think there is. Senyon Drake and Christian Kirk.
It's Emmanuel Sanders for me.
It's Sanders as well for me. The Colombian. Up, my friend. The Colombian. Start 3. T. Higgins, Rashad Bateman, Devontae Adams, or Deontay Johnson.
Well, the second 2 are locked into your
lineup. You gotta include those.
And it's T. Higgins. It's T. Higgins over Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, it's T. Higgins. If for some reason Marquise Brown doesn't play, Josh, are you still going?
Oh no!
I would not. I would go with Bateman in that sense.
I will still go with T. Higgins.
Okay.
I'll still go with T. Higgins.
All right, I respect it.
I'm a Ravens fan over here too. You know, we both.
You are.
But yeah. I'll go with T. Higgins. That was one of the tougher ones we've had so far. That really made me think.
That is a tough one. All right, Kristen here saying for the flex, Ramondre, Emmanuel Sanders. I'm assuming if it's Miles Sanders, let us know. Ramondre, Emmanuel Sanders, Michael Gallup, or Claypool.
It's Emmanuel Sanders.
It's Emmanuel Sanders for me as well. If it's Miles Sanders, which one of these guys are you flexing, Josh? I know. That makes it really bad, really disgusting.
It's Miles Sanders if he's starting. If he's playing, the Eagles are saying he's healthy. I don't believe Claypool plays this week.
I don't think he plays either.
But if Claypool's healthy, he's the answer for me. But I don't think he's healthy. I'll go with Sanders.
I'll go with Sanders as well. Yeah, it's not.
There's a lot of ifs here, right?
Yeah, definitely a lot of ifs. All right, Javen asking Dolphins defense against the Jets or Browns defense against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So which defense do you want, Josh?
They're both great matchups. I flipped between these two defenses throughout the week. There was actually 2 leagues I'm in where I had to choose between them, and I kept in my waivers. I kept switching back and forth. I like the Dolphins defense more.
Same. I have them as a top 3 defense this week. So it's going to be hard to top that.
Joe Flacco. They're playing Joe Flacco, guys.
Elite QB, Joe Flacco. Franchise quarterback, Super Bowl champion, first ballot.
I mean, that's not saying a lot because the Browns could be playing David Blau, I believe.
David Blau.
Or
Yep,
Jared Goff. Either way, it's kind of like, But I like what I've seen out of the Dolphins defense lately.
Yeah, me too. Justin saying to be honest, I think Alvin Kamara doesn't play because they got a game on Thursday Night Football
next week.
Next week he's talking about because they're not playing.
That would make a lot of sense. Justin. I'm nervous for Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, we gotta wait and see. Josh saying, "Yo, what's up? What's up, man? Patterson tonight." Or Devontae Smith. He also has Gibson. Great question, Josh. Joshua. I'm sorry, Joshua. Great question. So, Josh.
Great name.
Patterson tonight or Devontae Smith?
Definitely not Patterson tonight. Either of the other 2 options. And between Devonta Smith and Antonio Gibson, it is Devonta Smith for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I still don't trust Antonio Gibson. I know he had a great week. It was inefficient.
But
he needs to fall into the end zone. And they were winning that game. So it's a game script thing for the Washington football team. If they're winning games, Antonio Gibson's going to be more involved. If they're not, if they're behind, then it's going to be more JD McKissick that we see.
Yeah, it's not a best matchup this week against Carolina. Their defense is very good. I don't know about the game script, how that's going to go. But yeah, it's Devontae Smith for me as well.
Yeah.
Carlos. What's up, my friend? He goes, what's up, fellas? If Goddard starts, Muth or Goddard?
If Goddard starts, I'm rolling with Goddard personally, but they're very close.
According to that target share analysis I mentioned earlier in the stream, Goddard is like the number 1 player who's had a jump in target share, 13.8% jump His target share.
Is it correlated to Zach Ertz leaving? You think?
I'm sure. Yeah, because it's the difference between last 3 games versus season. But that's huge. So he jumped from 13.9% target share on the season, and in the last 3 games, 27.8%. That is significant. It's very significant. So it's Dallas Goedert for me, especially because we don't know if Big Ben is actually going to be healthy for this game. All right.
Dallas Goedert for both of us.
Dallas Goedert. Chosen Rose saying, would you start Cordero Patterson this week or Wayne Gallman or Emmanuel Sanders as flex? It's Sanders.
Sanders.
I'll answer for both of us. Yeah. I knew the answer to that one. We just don't know if that Wayne Gallman, that usage is going to continue, if he's going to keep getting 15 carries a game or whatever it was he got this past week. And I don't expect Cordero Patterson to play this week. And if he does, I don't expect him to play much this week.
Let me put this up real fast. It's just a news bit from earlier. Falcons coach Arthur Smith said that Wayne Gallman was more involved in the because the team was being blown out. Sounds like Mike Davis is still ahead on the depth chart. This was news from our previous stream. Yeah, I'm nervous about Wayne Gallman starting him at least. I think he should be rostered probably still though, just to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Next question. JR asking PPR Guillotine League need to JD McKissick, Tony Pollard, JK. Just kidding. I don't need to. Tony Pollard, Darrell Williams, T. Higgins. And what if CEH plays?
So it's T. Higgins and Darrell Williams locked in and loaded if CEH doesn't play. But if he does, I'll play JD McKissick over Darrell Williams.
That's tough. That is tough. Who's Dallas playing?
I know. I should know this. Oh, man.
It's so funny. I was just talking about this recently. I was like we talk
They're
about
playing Kansas City. They're playing Kansas City.
Okay. We talk about these matchups all the time, and then instantly they pop out of my head. I don't remember them.
Oh yeah. There's too many games every week. Too
many games.
They played different teams last week. They'll play different teams next week. It's a big mess.
The whole thing. Yeah. I think I'm with Josh. I think I would go Tony Pollard though over Darrell Williams. I'm sorry, over JD McKissick.
Okay, so if CEH does play, you would play Tony Pollard over Darrell Williams and JD McKissick.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
You sure? Sure? You're not passing judgment?
You know what? I hate it. Never mind.
You idiot. Joshua saying, I just got Joe Mixon for Amari Cooper and Logan Thomas. Love it. Love that trade. Oh boy.
Yes.
That is a great trade.
Yes, Joshua. That's what's up.
Yep. Bringing glory to all the Joshes out there. Johnny 21 asking Kittle or Henry at tight end this week. It is Kittle for me.
It's Kittle for you?
Yeah. It's Kittle for you.
It's Kittle for me too. It's an easy Kittle. It's an easy Kittle.
Chris Garza. Welcome in, my friend. He said Fields or Lamar Jackson. What do you think, Josh?
It's Lamar Jackson.
It's Lamar Jackson for me. It's Lamar Jackson. You got to start up Lamar Jackson. By the way, before we get on to these next questions, I mentioned it before. Just mention it again real quick. If you're enjoying the video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Super easy way and free way to support us and the work that we do. We appreciate it so much. Keep the questions coming. Matt asking Hollywood did not participate today. He thinks it's not a question. That is a statement.
No, and it's a correct statement.
It is.
Lamar Jackson and Hollywood both did not practice today. Believe it or not, I expect them both to play.
Yep. I agree. Did I miss one of these? Oh wait, no. Okay.
There's Ivan there.
Lost my place. Ivan saying half PPR. What are your thoughts on Locket and Corey Davis this week? I have Agnew and Ayuk on my bench right now. Thanks.
Lockett's in your starting lineup. Russell Wilson's back. Lockett's got so much upside every week. And Agnew, Ayuk, and Corey Davis, they're relatively close, but I'd be rolling with Corey Davis, personally.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, did you know that Tyler Lockett has the highest target share?
Over the last 3 weeks, he has the highest target share out of every NFL player.
Did you know that? I knew that.
I believe it.
35%,
I believe it's 35%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was on our fantasy Jeopardy game yesterday.
That I got wrong. And I did not get that question right.
I mean, it's surprising. 35% target share by Tyler Lockett. That's intense.
It is. It's very surprising. I would go. You said Lockett, and then you said Corey Davis was next.
Yes.
Yeah, same. I would go Lockett, Davis, Ayuk, Agnew. So it's how I'd rank those. Chris asking Bateman or Emmanuel Sanders this week. Josh, are you brave enough to start Bateman over Sanders? I don't know why
If
that's
Marquise
brave
Brown
enough
doesn't play, then it's an easy Bateman, but I'm actually going with Emmanuel Sanders. All things equal. Marquise Brown's playing, I'll go with Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, it is very, very close for me. Yes. I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rashad Bateman. I think Emmanuel Sanders is probably a safer option. They're both good matchups though. Buffalo's playing Indy, Baltimore's playing Chicago. Both great for wide receivers.
Honestly, like it might be Rashad Bateman's the safer option at this point. I mean, he's getting more targets, more catches, since he's been playing. So I'm still putting Emmanuel Sanders in my lineup personally.
Yeah, me too. All right, Parker asking Waller.
Not you two.
Darren. Oh, sorry, not me too. Not me too.
You're going with Pittman.
I was reading the next question.
Yeah, no, I got you. I've been there.
Waller and Terry or Kelsey half PPR.
Ooh, so it's a trade, I'm assuming. Like, should he trade Waller and Terry for Kelsey in a half PPR?
I think so.
That's how I'm taking it.
That's how I'm reading it.
I think you're giving up a little bit too much, giving up Waller and Terry for Kelsey.
I think you're giving a lot of too much. I think the gap between Kelsey and Waller is not very big. And Terry is, like, if we were drafting today, I'd be taking Terry in, like, the back of the second or early third. So maybe a little bit. Which way are you thinking, Josh?
No, it's just Terry probably wouldn't be quite second round pick just because
you think
with Taylor Heineke and everything,
he'd
probably be more like
QB
a fourth
situation.
But Waller and Kelsey, they're close. But for me, like Kelsey is in his own tier of tight end again.
For sure.
But yeah, Terry McLaurin plus Waller is a little too much to give up.
All right, Space Frosty asking Kittle or Henry this week.
Kittle.
Week 11. It's Kittle for me. Yep. Kittle for me.
Kittle. With confidence, Kittle.
JR asking PPR guillotine, need to McKissick, Darrell Williams, Tony Pollard, T. Higgins. Did we answer this one?
I think we answered
it. Might have reposted it again. Bambo asks flex 2, Renfro, Zach Moss, Tyler Boyd, Kenny Galladay, or Dawson Knocks. Josh, which two are you flexing?
You have to have Hunter Renfro in there at this point.
Yep.
The other options are interesting. They're all a very similar tier of player for me. I don't know. Zach Moss, Tyler Boyd, Kenny G, Dawson Knocks.
So probably I'll go ahead, Josh.
People aren't going to want to hear it, but I'm going with Kenny G.
People are not going to want to hear that. I would go Zach Moss. But Kenny G is so freaking close. It is a toss-up.
People aren't going to want to play Kenny G this week. I'm playing him in one league. I think he has a ton of upside.
Yeah.
I'll go with Kenny G, but Renfro's locked and loaded.
Renfro's locked in, and it's a toss-up for me between Zach Moss and Kenny G. I would probably lean Zach Moss just because I like, if it's usually a toss-up, I usually like to tend towards running back because I just feel like they're a little safer. But it is up to you. You pick, Bam. EJ Clee saying, Damian Harris, or wait till Sunday and go either Deonta Foreman, or Devonta Smith. Tannehill and AJ Brown stack full PPR.
I was getting nervous for a second. I was like, yeah, Damian Harris probably, Dearness Johnson, Foreman, and Devonta. You said it, Devonta Smith. That's who you're going with. It's a full PPR league. Devonta Smith, for sure.
Yeah, it's Devonta Smith. And even if Damian Harris was fully healthy coming into this game, there's a chance that they play Ramondre Stevenson a little bit more and ease Damian Harris back in. I'm not taking that risk. It's just not really worth it for me when you got Devonta Smith right there. It's going to get a lot of points.
Exactly. Summed it up.
The Colombian asking, I want to trade for a tight end. What tight end should I go for?
I got two of them, two that did not score any fantasy points last week. Mike Gesicki and TJ Hawkinson. They are both for sure top 10 tight ends the rest of the season for me still. So if anyone is down on them, go get Mike Gesicki or TJ Hawkinson. I prefer TJ Hawkinson still.
Those are the perfect names, Josh. The two perfect. Yeah. You have done it. You have found the two perfect names. I was going to see.
I got another one. Dawson Knocks. I still think he has a ton of upside. Did not perform last week. Was injured for a few weeks. You might even be able to find him on waiver wires. Dawson Knocks. I think he's going to be a startable tight end for the rest of the season.
Yeah, the targets worry me a little bit for Dawson Knocks.
Yeah.
The touchdown rate, but I think if you're looking to trade for a tight end, like you want one that's going to be attached to a high-powered offense like that. So I'm totally okay with making that trade and seeing if you can
I'm not giving up a ton for Dawson Knocks or anything, but
you shouldn't have
people
to.
Might be, exactly.
Yeah. I was gonna see maybe like I couldn't remember how many points Kittle had. I was like, honestly, Kittle might be a good still a little bit by low. But
touchdown. That touchdown he had
yes,
he barely got it. Oh yeah,
so
Kittle's
good.
an elite talent at the tight end position.
You were so down on him. People were so recency bias. Space Rossi asking, how's Raiders D this week? They're all right. They're doing okay. I haven't talked to them.
I'd rather not play them.
They're playing Cincinnati, right?
Options.
Yeah. They're like, they're not even like my top 15 of defenses this week. I'm not interested in playing them this week. I think you could probably find someone better on the waiver wire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you saying Saquon Barkley? I'm saying Saquon Barkley or AJ Dillon or Josh Jacobs. That is tough. It's AJ Dillon for me.
I'm lower on AJ Dillon than most people this week. Saquon Barkley has the most upside out of these options. AJ Dillon's the correct answer. But if I had both these guys on my fantasy team, I would be very tempted to start Saquon Barkley, and that's what I'm gonna tell you to do.
I think that they'll it's a ton this and I think that Saquon, of course, is like game script proof in that they're going to pass to him in pretty much any situation. But Tampa Bay is no slouch. That it's a very good defense. I think it's going to be tough to get stuff going on the ground. I think they're going to be forced to pass a lot because the offense is so good. And so I would much rather have AJ Dillon. He's top 10 for me going against Minnesota this week. No competition there. And I think he's just got that touchdown upside that I don't think Saquon's going to have this week specifically.
Look, I know AJ Dillon's the right answer, so we can move on. But Saquon Barkley.
Gentleman's bet.
Yeah, I'm fine with the gentleman's bet here again. Got right on the board again. I got my marker. Wow.
Yeah, do it. Thanks for saying thanks, guys. Thank you. Great questions. We love helping you all out. We love being here, answering your questions. The Colombian asks, start 2, Antonio Gibson, Damian Harris, CEH, Daryl Williams.
Yep, I'm back. Don't worry. Damian Harris, Antonio Gibson, CEH.
It's Daryl Williams and Gibson for me.
Yeah. I don't expect CEH to play. Yeah. You have to make this decision tonight. So bench Damian Harris. See what happens with the Chiefs, and it's Antonio Gibson locked in and Daryl Williams.
Yep. I actually missed some of these questions. Jay saying, if you were a flavor of potato chips, what flavor would you be? Probably jalapeno.
He'd be salty.
I'd be hella salty.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
I'd be something very sweet. No, I don't know.
Salt and vinegar.
Like sweet potato chips.
You seem like a sour cream and onion type of guy. Like
no,
that's your vibe.
Not at all. I'm not a big onion. I do not like taste. Onion flavor.
Personality. I don't even know what it means.
No. I'm like a sweet barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet barbecue. I like that. Forgive Jonah saying, should I trade Mike Evans, Michael Carter, and OBJ for Ezekiel Elliott and Devontae Smith?
Yes.
Mike Evans, Michael Carter, and OBJ for Zeke and Devontae Smith. Yeah. Yep.
I think Zeke's the number one just value in that trade, and I love getting the top player, and Devontae Smith's great. So
Yep. All right. So Bam saying, also follow up to that question, for the 2 flex, if Kamara is out, I'd move Moss up to RB2. Then would be the 2 flex and it's I am having a real hard time reading this one, Bam. I'm sorry.
So it's just like, so let me put this up real fast. It's Renfro, Moss, Boyd, Kenny G, Knox. He said, let's take Moss out of this equation because maybe Kamara doesn't play, so he has to put Moss in there. So who does he flex out of these 2 options? It's still Renfro. So wait, never mind. We already said it's Kenny G.
It's Kenny G.
Yeah, Kenny G's the answer.
Oh, and I said Moss, yes, but I said it was close.
Oh, right. So are you going with Kenny G after Moss?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're so close. It's a toss up. So if one's out, then go with the other. Beach asking, time to drop a B.
No,
I don't think so. If you still have them, you just gotta wait and see.
No. Don't drop a B. He was performing at an elite level when he was healthy. When he comes back, I expect him to be pretty darn good. So don't drop him.
Yeah, Marky Mark in here saying, what's up, people? What's up, Marky Mark?
What's up, Marky? How you feeling?
Why is Buffalo not living up to standards, or did they overachieve last year? No, I think we're seeing a shift in the way defenses are playing against offenses like the Bills, specifically against quarterbacks like Josh Allen, like Lamar Jackson. There's been a whole lot of analysis about this in the football community, in the fantasy football community. And essentially what a lot of defenses are figuring out is that they just keep two safeties up at the top, like the whole game, which takes away that deep pass threat, which is why Mahomes was struggling. It's why quarterbacks like Josh Allen have just had a hard time getting stopped, because it really forces offenses to just force the run game, force that short pass game. And I think that's limiting them. They're having to adjust to that. Apart from that, everything, all the peripherals surrounding Buffalo seem good to me. So I don't know any other causal relationship there. Josh, what do you think?
You say they aren't living up to standards. I think they're doing just fine. I know they had the bad game against the Jaguars, but they're 6-3. They're winning their division. I think they have a great defense, a high-powered offense most weeks. The Bills are good.
Bills are good. Great question, though. Forgive Jonah. When do you think Alvin Kamara will return? We just don't know.
This week. We just don't know. Yeah.
Maybe this week, but I think most likely next week, barring any other information that comes out. I think that seems like the most likely outcome here.
Yeah, I agree.
Dr. Kev saying bird up. Bird up, Kev. Bird the F up. Andrew McGrady. Jacoby, Corey Davis, or Mike Davis if Patterson is out? PPR. Josh, which of these three are you starting?
I'll go with Corey Davis.
Oh, God. Corey Davis or...
You want to know something weird? Mike Davis is actually kind of close with this Wayne Gallman
really
coming out. Yeah.
Mike Davis is last for me in this. Yeah, he's not like far off, but he's last for me in this group, especially in PPR. Corey Davis and Myers are very close. I would go Corey Davis against Miami. Jacoby Myers against Atlanta. Ooh, both great matchups. Let's see. Parker saying, I was asking about a trade. Waller hasn't been great, and I really need a tight end, considering I only have Mark Andrews, Kittle, Gronk, and Jared Cook, and Waller and Conklin. Tight end armada. Yeah, you really need some tight end.
I'd be trading to get tight ends here.
Yeah, I would. If you can, just fill up your whole team with tight ends.
It's what you're doing already. So
it's what you're doing. Yeah, sorry. Just keep continuing doing what you're doing. You don't need our advice. MVP asking, just got notification active this week. Is he worth starting his first week back? Josh, are you trusting?
Depends on your other option. It depends on your other options. But yeah, is he? Can you start him? Absolutely. If Gronk's out there, he is a threat for a touchdown. I mean, just say every play that he's on the field, he's a threat for a touchdown. Tom Brady and him have a connection. Yeah, it depends what other option you have.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not.
I'll start him over Dalton Schultz.
I would probably start Dalton Schultz over Gronk this week.
I'm just kind of out.
They're playing. Who are they playing? Gosh, who are they playing again?
The Buccaneers.
Oh, KC. Schultz is playing KC. Yeah, I would absolutely go Schultz over Gronk. All right, Marky Mark. Running backs are Jonathan Taylor, Henderson's on bye, and Moss on the bench. Any running back wire suggestions just for this week, or plug in Moss? It's hard to know without knowing who's on your waiver wire. I guess if Ramondre Stevenson is still on your
I'd rather play Moss over Ramondre Stevenson. I
would too.
So it sounds like you're rolling with Moss.
Yeah, I think so. If you have options that you're wondering about, send them to us, but it's hard to know without knowing who's exactly on your wire. 2-3 saying Karen, who's start Michael Carter or Derrick Henry? Who's Karen? Are you Karen?
I'm not starting Derrick Henry this week.
I am also not starting Derrick Henry this week. You tricky trickster. Cam, Hunter Henry if Jonnu Smith is out, or Freiermuth?
Oh, that's one of the better questions we've received. Hunter Henry might be the right answer, but I'm gonna start Freiermuth in my fantasy leagues.
Yeah. Does it change if Big Ben is in or out, or either way?
No, it actually doesn't. He got more targets with Freiermuth than Freiermuth got more targets with Mason Rudolph than he had previously with Ben. No, I'd rather have Ben in there for Freiermuth. Hunter Henry's been great, but again, he's too touchdown dependent for me.
Yeah, he's playing Atlanta though.
Go with Hunter Henry. Go with Hunter Henry because it's probably the right answer.
Freiermuth is playing the Chargers, and the Chargers love to give up points to the tight end.
Yeah, I know.
It's Hunter Henry. It's close though.
Okay,
if
good. I'm glad we were split on this one.
If Big Ben plays though, I think I would switch to Freiermuth here.
Okay, cool. I'm about that. He Big Ben moves the Steelers offense a lot better than Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're gonna get to a few more of these, and then we're gonna wrap up here. The Colombian asked, "What about Ertz or even Freiermuth?" What was the last question?
I don't remember.
It was a start two: Antonio Gibson, Damian Harris, CH, Darrell Williams. I'm assuming he's asking, should he start Ertz over them or separate?
No.
Oh yeah, because they said, and I also have Ramondre Stevenson, and they said, or even Freiermuth. No. Antonio Gibson, we said Darrell Williams, right?
Yeah. I mean, it gets a little bit messy if CH does play. But Antonio Gibson and Darrell Williams right now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I just leave it at that.
I am with you, Josh. I am with you. All right. Anuna asking Renfro, Pittman, and Terry. Pick two pools.
I'm gonna go Pittman and Terry. Renfro isn't crazy though. Pittman is a tough matchup, but it's Pittman and Terry. They're just great talents.
Yeah. Gosh, that does not feel good to bench Hunter Renfro, but it is Terry and Pittman, absolutely. And given this choice, Colombian asks, sorry for the amount of questions. Don't apologize. That's what we're here for. Otherwise, it'd be Josh and I talking about nonsense.
Do this trade. Do it
away Hunter Henry and acquire DeAndre Swift. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yes.
Cam asking Ayuk or Elijah Moore. It's Ayuk for me. Josh?
Yeah, Ayuk. I don't like that question though.
JR asking two more. Is it more?
It's Ayuk.
It's Ayuk. All right. Oops, lost my spot. JR asking two more guillotine PPR questions. Zach Moss or Deonta Foreman? So we'll start there, Josh. Which one of those?
Zach Moss.
Zach Moss for me too. What about Gesicki or Pitts?
Pitts.
Yep. So Zach Moss and Pitts. Colombian asking, I was talking to the Swift owner, and he might consider it, but I'm asking y'all if it's a good idea.
Yo, Colombian, throw in something extra, whatever, throw in someone on your bench with it.
If he's on the fence with that, if he's on the fence with Hunter Henry for DeAndre Swift, throw in a little something to get him to sweeten the pot, because you're already way ahead on that one. That is not a fair trade by any means. MVP saying other option is Dan Arnold. What was the original question?
No, I don't remember.
Gronk is active. Gronk or Dan Arnold? Gronk or Dan Arnold?
Dan Arnold is safer.
Yep.
If it was my fantasy team, and I said that quite a few times this stream, I would be going with Gronk.
Yep, I am going with Dan Arnold.
That's fair. He's safer. Yeah. A lot safer.
Decent target share. Not so good offense. Let's see. Parker saying starting a tight end at QB, running back, and wide receiver.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then he said, "What's a guillotine PPR league?" So guillotine leagues are it's a fun format of fantasy leagues, which essentially every single week the last place team gets cut out of the league, and so you're playing for that week especially. You can't lose. As soon as you lose, you're done, and all of your players go into the waiver wire. I think it's called waiver wire. I actually haven't played the guillotine league, but
so they go into a pool where, especially in this guillotine league, that you do a draft every week. Yeah, JR's guillotine league. You do a draft every week where you draft. You do one round where you draft the player that just got cut, all their players.
Yeah. So that you end up towards the end of the season, it's just these crazy super, 4 super teams or whatever. But yeah, very fun. The Colombian asking the trade. I don't know what that means. JR each week lowest. Okay, he's already. I should probably read before I start reading aloud. Okay, I don't think that's a question. I was talking to tight end to go for. I threw. Colombian asking, I was talking about tight end to go for, and I threw Muth and Ertz to know if I should go for them as well. Okay. Sorry. Let's see. Where did that question go? I was saying, what about Ertz or Freiermuth? I don't remember the original tight end question though.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I want to trade for a tight end. What tight end should I go for? Okay, we're figuring it out. We're uncovering it all. So, would you trade for Ertz or Freiermuth, Josh?
No.
I would maybe trade for Freiermuth. I mean, I don't think you should have to give up a lot. Maybe, yeah, it had a lot of hype before, but I wouldn't really trade for Ertz. I just don't think there's enough upside there. All right, let's power through these. Josh JR asking PPR need to the Office, New Girl, Parks and Rec. PPR matters here, so I'm gonna
go The Office and Parks and Rec. I know you're a new girl. You're a new girl. You're a new girl guy.
It's the Office and Parks and Rec
guy. What?
I just answered the same as you.
I know, but we did a bracket earlier this year.
And I went back on it. Why don't you guys let me freaking live that down?
I will never let you live it down. I'm
going to come to your house.
Never let you live it down.
I was watching New Girl last night. It's so good. So good. All right. Should Anuna ask, should I start Kyle Pitts today or go to the waiver wire and pick up Zach Ertz, Gronk, Knox? Doesn't matter. No, start Kyle Pitts. Although Goddard's on your waiver wire, I would definitely pick up Goddard.
He probably should be on your bench.
Yeah. All right. Lucius saying, who would you start this week, Pollard or Stevenson? Also, would you ever start Harris and Stevenson? Atlanta's just so bad, and the Pats run it up on bad teams.
No, I'll go with Pollard.
I'll go with Pollard too. It's very possible that the Patriots just go straight up run heavy, but I'm not in the business of trying to predict Bill Belichick's behavior here or his choices. So I would rather go with Pollard. Okay. Let's try. So Columbian is saying to try to go for Knox, Pitts, Hockenson, or what was the other one that y'all said? It was
Gesicki.
Yes, Gesicki.
Yeah, it's just mostly because Zach Ertz and I forget the other one, Freiermuth. Like Dan Arnold's on a lot of waiver wires, and like it's like he's just as good almost as those options in my mind. So it's like don't trade for the lower tier tight end in my mind.
Yeah. So Mark, this will be our last question here. So Marky Mark, he was giving us the running backs that are available. He's picked up Ramondre Stevenson. Top ones available are Ty Johnson, Jordan Howard, Deonta Foreman, Devonta Freeman, and Boston Scott. I don't remember the original question. Here we go. Running backs are Jonathan Taylor, Henderson Zabai, and Moss on bench. Any running backs waiver wire suggest. So essentially what this breaks down to is, are you playing any of these running backs over Zach Moss this week, Josh?
Nope.
Not even Devonta Freeman?
Definitely not Devonta Freeman.
Definitely not Devonta Freeman. Yeah, no, it's Zach Moss. Let's go with Zach Moss. It should be good. Should be good. Okay.
I dropped Devonta Freeman in one of my leagues. I think Latavius Murray takes over that role.
It's possible, yeah. Gesicki or Gronk? It's Gesicki.
Gesicki, yeah.
Would you start Ramondre Stevenson or Mike Gesicki or Shad Bateman, but Lamar might be out? I would start Bateman. Josh?
Yeah, Bateman.
Anthony's saying, hey guys, bye guys. Yeah, you came in a little late. We're gonna wrap up here. Thank you everyone for the questions. This is fantastic. Hopefully we were helpful to you. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button. Subscribe to Front Yard Fantasy. We're here every single weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing fantasy football, game show games. We put out tons of content, fantasy football content, and we're here. We got other shows too, so check those out as well. Josh, I know you got something to say.
Trading makes fantasy fun. And yeah, I would trade Jarvis Landry and Chris Carson for DJ Moore, by the way. I got to squeeze that one in there.
You did.
I would do that. Yeah, get DJ.
Do it. All right. Hope everyone enjoys Thursday night football. We will see you all tomorrow, 3 p.m. See you then. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.